Hello everybody, today I want to connect to some of the comments in one of our latest videos. Some of you were asking about looping functions inside FL Studio, how to set it up and how does it work. And that is the topic that I'll be covering today. It's actually very simple, but it might be a concept that gets overlooked. So to help me with the explanation, I'm gonna use one of our one-shots. If you drag it inside the channel rack, FL Studio will automatically open up a sampler instance, and then you can basically use it as a proper instrument. You can play it with a keyboard. You can draw the notes in the piano roll. The main feature of the sampler that I want to focus on is the crossfade loop knob right here. Once you start moving it, FL Studio will proceed establishing some loop points inside the sample, so your sound will keep on looping over and over again. If you don't have a MIDI keyboard, you can simply put a note in the piano roll, start playing it, and set the crossfade points at your taste. I often use the crossfade knob in combination with the sample start knob in order to obtain a smoother transition between the loop points. Now I can fine-tune my sound using all the other settings available in the sampler. In this case I want to try to get rid of the clicky attack of the sound, so I'm gonna move in the envelope settings and I'm gonna increase the attack of my playback. Yeah, as you saw, we achieved a nice result in just like 4 or 5 actions. And now you can basically use the sampler together with this sound as an actual instrument. As you can imagine, the creative possibilities are endless, especially if you start exploring all the piano roll and sampler functions. Sometimes I find myself just doing everything inside the piano roll or inside the sampler because they already give you a very wide margin of sound shaping possibilities. For example, if you are lazy like me and don't want to draw in an automation clip for the panning, you can just go in the piano roll, draw a note, pan it all the way to the right or to the left, duplicate the note, pan it to the opposite side, double click on it, activate the sliding function, then bring it back to the same note as the original. Now your sound will start from one side and will gradually slide to the other side of the stereo field. Another thing you can do is you can duplicate your sample as many times as you want and set different crossfades for every instance. And that will build a very cool and intricate web of looping points with transients and tails combining with each other, sort of like communicating together. Lastly, I want to show you how this technique can come handy when trying to isolate melodic sections out of bigger samples. Yeah, let's say I'm working on this loop. What I can do inside Edison is I can move to this marker symbol right here, click on it and move to detect pitch regions. FL Studio will split the sounds, will detect different pitches that we can then go and manually extract from the sample. Yeah, we can stick to the very first one, double click to select it. Let's move to this icon right here. Let's drag it to the channel rack. I set up my crossfade point, then I move to the envelope, increase the attack and the release, and that's how it sounds now. As you can hear in this example, the looping points are very recognizable. But yeah, it's hard sometimes to solve it on the sampler. So what I advise to do is mask this issue using effects such as reverbs, delays, and other creative devices. Firstly, I'm using an EQ to low pass my sound and to get rid of all the frequencies where the repetitions are more recognizable. Retrocolor for saturation and wobble there, which is an experimental reverb from Aberrant DSP. Very cool to achieve weird soundscapes, and then a final Valhalla shimmer, and that's how it sounds now. Out of this, we got this string type of ambient sound. But yeah, I think that's it for the video. I hope it was quite informative and that you can get some inspirations out of it. I want to remind everybody that we are having a contest right now. All the informations are in the description down below. There are 200 euros as prize money. So yeah, everybody can participate. Just follow the instructions. And with that being said, I will see you in the next video. Ciao.